This is what I've been working on. Ten feet of goodness. It's hard to get the whole thing in the picture because it's so big. I always knew that videos never did justice, but not this bad. Here's the drop box. This was 10 foot by 30 by 30. Or excuse me, 30 by 32 by 10 feet. Custom made aquarium. The guy that I got this from was putting a 1,200 gallon in this one's place. It was huge. I wanted that, but anyway, so we're gonna do, I'm building this custom sump right now, which I'm gonna make a video of here really soon. I've just been trying to keep it under wraps. But I'm gonna build the sump. The wet and dry is gonna go right here. Under here, I'm gonna have the diaphragm filter, 2 drops, and then I'm gonna probably have it shooting back up the middle. So, or drop, and then shoot it from this way. Have all the current coming from over here, and that means things will settle over there. I don't know. You know, when you're building a huge tank like this, there's so much stuff you think about. How thick this plexiglass is. That's my finger. It's an inch. I'm so excited to get this in the house on the stand. It's gonna take me a day or two to finish the stand. Like, it's so hard to see this thing fully. I can't even. Ooh, whammo. The 225. 5 foot by 30 by 30. Love this tank. One day I'm gonna get a good video of that guy. My spereta cat. Move, dude. There he is. He hates light, so see, he tries to hide. I think I have the flash on. Some animals, like, see these fish, they're all curious. Iridescent shark. They're all part of the wobble gang, where they just wobble around and run into each other. There's another one. That's the leader right there. Believe it or not, that's the tank boss. I named him Gil. If you look right there, his gill plate's missing. I had an albino clown knife 4 years ago. When he was smaller, it tried to eat him head first. See it right there? And he got all fucked up. So, I named him Gil. Penguisa shark, his name's Penny. Giraffe cat, Jeffrey. We got Piglet, which is about 4 years old now. Ooh, getting, I'd say close to 18 inches, probably 5-6 pounds. I got my 2 peacock bass. They were sold to me as Orinoco, but they have some crazy colors. I don't think they're azules, but they have really blue fins. Maybe they're a hybrid or something. That one's Dozer. That one's Big Drip. And then, where's my Indo Dat? Where is he? Where's Wimpy? Oh, there he is. He's way back there. And I don't know why he's like that, my datnoid. He's just always been like that. He's just a fucking pedophile. He just hides all the time and peeks on shit. Look, there he is. Huh? Are you talking about me? Is anybody over here gonna feed me? Little peeping Tom and shit. And then I got Bucky, my silver black arrawana. Oh, I wish the flash wasn't on. Suffering from a little bit of drop eye, but there's nothing I can do about it. I just think genetically, I haven't seen silvers not suffer from that since like the late 90s. Since then, the two I've owned before that did it. One of them did it horribly. And then the next one did. The one that I fed like really big prey items to when I was younger, I used to just buy like 10 mice from Petco and just throw them on top of my 400 gallon and my fish would just smash them. The arrawana that would eat the mice, he got the drop eye the worst. And what I've noticed is by just feeding them shrimp, like with this black arrawana right here, you can actually turn the black, starts to turn blue, and the red just pops insanely. So that's why I just feed this one mostly a shrimp diet, and then it gets some silver sides, and you can see the colors. I wish the flash wasn't on there all the way. The colors on this thing are just insane. What? It's about, I don't know, 16 inches now. Very pretty though. It'll get even crazier blue and red. I've had them just get crazy blue and red. I know people are like, oh, black arrawana, all these colors, but really the only ones I really recognize with the silver is the straight silver, the platinum, and the albino. Besides that, it's all kind of low-cal, but they all do the same thing when they get bigger. If they're fed like a non-shrimp, more of like a whitefish tilapia diet, they'll turn really, really pale when they get big. Very little red in their fins. What, dude? My experience, anyways. I've raised all these fish before, except for piglet, at least 5-6 times. So I've had peacock bass get up to 8-9 pounds. It's a lot harder now in the States to get exotics, though. We pretty much have to rely on everything that's already been imported up to this date, and then someone here in the States is captive breeding it, because we just can't get anything. Stingray, snakeheads, chanas, I mean the list goes on and on and on. Here I'm in Oregon, and in the summer it gets hot as hell here. I mean, it gets fucking hot, but in the winter it gets like below zero for 3 months, and nothing, no fish, no arapaima, no stingray is gonna go live out in the Columbia River with the sturgeon and the fucking steelhead and salmon. It's ridiculous. I don't feed my fish every day. Every 2 or 3 days at the most. You feed your fish every day, you're gonna be doing crazy amounts of water changes and just put a real big strain on your filter system. This tank right here has 4 FX5s on it, FX6s actually. And then I used 2 Emperor 400s. This tank's only been up and running about 4 months. 2 Emperors off the 125 to seed this aquarium. And I'm actually going to be taking those off here pretty soon to give the arrawana a little bit more backspace. I'm trying to let the fish fill out in this tank a little bit more, because the 500 gallons coming in soon. It's going to take me a couple weeks to make sure nothing's leaking, everything's right where I want it, and then cycle it properly, but it's going to be insane. I got an Asian red-tailed cat coming. I know everybody, don't put those in though. I figured out a way many years ago to kind of, as I refer to, deferring the aggression, not this deferring or whatever they call it. I don't know. That's a whole nother video and debate though. As you can see, I don't like to put a lot of substrate. I really rely on loading up my, in this case, canister filters or sump with biological media. I'm really into the bare bottom tank. I like to maximize every square inch of a fish tank. And when I build tanks, it's usually to show the fish off, not the aquascape. I mean, this one's kind of a little bit, but this was more built because Piglet was so aggressive when he was younger to all these fish, and a lot of them needed a space to hide until they got bigger or felt more comfortable to come out. I also have a floating stick. It's just always floated, man. I've had it in there for a few months. It never sinks. The fish like it. I figure once I can track down a fly river turtle, you know, I don't know. I'm trying to find another piece that floats like that. I think it's kind of cool. I thought about taking some fishing string or a rubber band and tying a piece of Anubis on it and letting that float around, so it'd be like a floating wood plant thing. I don't know. Oh yeah, and then I have my biker back there. He's like, no shit, 18 inches. One of the biggest, if not the biggest, I've ever seen in captivity. He fights with Piglet. Piglet does not like him for some reason. He'll leave him alone, and then all of a sudden he'll start whooping his butt again. You can see he got a little bit of damage on the back fin back there. That's probably from a bite, and he just was all healed up. That definitely looks like Piglet. This fish is highly territorial. He's definitely the tank boss, but like I said, this little catfish right here, he beats everybody up. It's crazy. Alright, well, I'll throw this video up. Beef out.